All right. So, hi, good evening, Hong. Welcome to our class, LMS BAP Adults class. So, again, for this evening, I'll be your teacher, Miss Cha of Alaska English. Before we dive into the lesson, can I ask, how are you tonight, Hong?
I'm fine.
All right, that sounds great. Okay, so to continue the discussion that we're having last time, as you see, we are focusing into describing people and, some sort of physical appearance, right? So we were able to review the following phrases or important vocabulary. We were also able to undergo some sort of listening and speaking activity. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, I was able to leave you or to leave you with a homework last time. All right. Focusing into this topic. I told you to talk about your best friend by mainly answering the following questions. Tell me the name of your best friend, what does he or she look like, and then, of course, telling about the certain character, what kind of person is he or she, right? All right. So are you ready? So the same pattern that
Yes.
we had, so the title will be the name of your best friend. What is the name of your best friend? What is his
Mm,
name?
he he name is
Mm,
that.
that?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Talk about that.
Yes. Mm, my best friend is that.
My best friend's name is that.
Yes.
All right. Tell me about him. When is
Mm,
his birthday? Since you learn about the date, can you input in here his
his birthday.
birthday?
His birthday in 10th
So
and
you're going
July.
to say the month, the date. So you're going to use on, right? Is on
On yes
10th of what month?
on 10th of July. July.
July. Correct, July.
July.
Oh, his birthday is coming. All right, 10th of July. All right, and how old is he?
What?
How old is he? How old?
Um,
Is he 19?
he is 19,
He is
19 years old.
19. All right, and he is 19. All right. What can you say about him?
Uh, he is very fast.
He is very fat. You mean heavy?
Yes,
All right. So what do
yes,
you mean?
he,
What do you mean by very? Is he really big? Is that what you mean? Because when you say
hmm,
someone is very fat, that is obese. Very big or just heavy?
yes, yes,
So he's heavy. Heavy or very big? Because when you say very fat, that is obese. When? That could be very
this,
obese. Okay. How about his height?
high, hmm, he is medium height.
All right. So medium height or average height. It is both correct. He is
Yes.
obese and medium height. All right. And then what can you say about the description about his hair, though? He
He
has
has, chest, sh- short,
he has short,
short, chest,
Mosey,
black hair, and brown eye.
and brown eyes.
Yes.
Mm.
Mm, he is he is friendly and very confident,
He is friendly and
very confident. Yes.
all right. So that, what can you say about him? Does a lot of people like him? What can you say about it?
What?
Since he is very friendly and confident, does he have a
Yes.
lot of friends? Does he have a lot of friends?
Yes.
All right. So
That's
he's
a lot of
friendly
friends.
and very confident. So you can add in here. That's why he has a lot of friends, right? Mm. And then, are you glad? Are you happy to be his best friend? For how many years? How many years you guys are best friends?
Um, we are best friend
For about
for about
how many years?
mm, 10 years.
Oh, really? For about a decade now. So meaning he is also your. All right, decade. So we could say for about a decade because when we say decade, it's equals to 10 years, right? So let's just, all right. He is also my childhood friend. All right. And then I am very,
I am very happy,
all right.
very happy.
I am, when we say very happy, I am very happy. Let's say I am glad. I am glad that glad it means happy. We are just we
Yeah.
are we are just we are just playing with the words because we need to challenge ourselves to produce more high level kind of words because when we say happy that's very common. All right, so I'm glad that he is,
Best friend.
yeah, that he is my best friend. All right, please read what you have just made. Short but sweet. Okay, can you please read it for me?
What?
Please read what you have made. Short but sweet. Please read. Mm. My best friend's name is
Mm. Best friend name is that. His birthday is on 10th on July
10th of July.
and
Mm.
of July and he's 19 years old. He OB and medium head. He has short, straight, black hair and brown eyes. He's friendly and very confident. That's why he has a lot of friends. We are best friends for the about a decade now. He also my childhood friend. I'm glad that he's my best friend.
All right, so that's it. So thank you for sharing that one. So with that one, I think the only thing is maybe you could also add what are the things that you guys like to do together. All right, like for example, we what are the activities like we like watching movies or like that one playing soccer, playing football, all right. And then you could also share what does, you could just make it longer by sharing, are you guys having the same course? Is he also taking engineering like you in the university? Okay. So you could also make it to the point that you compare each other. All right. Like, for example, my best friend and I are very different. Okay. You can also make that kind of twist. All right. It's okay. You can do it next time. So I'm just making suggestion so that you can come up with more, with longer type of speaking activity. But anyway, you were able to answer and follow the pattern. So that's all right. So what I'm saying is some sort of suggestion. So anyway, moving into here, I've also checked check the book that I'm looking for a longer period of time. I don't know if I was able to send you this book. This book has a lot of vocabulary. But anyway, in here, so when you talk about physical appearance, it could come up with also the same with physical description, right? I told you this before. When you are writing description, meaning you are describing. Okay, so as we know, we talked about this from last time that we can describe people by means of using the adjective about the age, right? Not just saying the digits like my father is 40 years old, my grandfather is 75 years old. We could still describe them by means of the adjectives: young, middle aged, old, and elderly. But right
Oh,
here, yeah, old or elderly. It's like the
no,
senior citizen.
19,
Ongba, our
19.
Ongba. Sorry. Same
I
with
don't, I don't see 19. But
19. Ah, all right. You're
yes.
telling me how about 19? All right. So don't worry. I'm just going to show you the photo. Thin or slim?
Uh,
Okay. Because it's going to be very
Really,
small. Can you still see it even though
really.
it's quite small? You still see it?
Yes.
All right, okay though. So here are the stages. So I already sent you this one, stages. So when we talk about child or children, of course, konyu, it could be categorized in many level. It could be, embe,
Baby.
baby or
Yeah.
infant. All right. And of course, if that kid started to walk, it's not already a baby. Instead, you call them
Toddler.
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 A toddler. It could, by the way, this one, baby or infant and a toddler could be nam or nuu. It could be a boy or a girl, right? Next, we have here, if that boy started to go to school, that kid is already a boy. And of course, if it's nuu, we call that a girl. And like you in your age, you are now a teen-
Teenager.
teenager. All right. This is from, mm, actually, it depends on the year. For some countries, teenagers start at 13. That's why it's teenager. Can you get it? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? So in some countries, adulthood starts in 20. But it depends on the country, Hong. Because in Philippines, if you turn from 12 years old up to 17, this is teenager in Philippines. This is the teenager. Yeah, because
Infinity.
yes, because when you
Um,
turn to 18 years old, you are part of the adult already. You are already adult.
in Philippines,
Mm.
how many, how many, how many years enough to marry
In
for
Philippines,
men, for women? Yes.
so you call that, all right. This let me paraphrase your question. What is
Oh,
the legal age to marry? All right. This one. Can you ask your question again?
mm,
What
what is the
is
legal age to
legal
marry in your
legal
country?
age? All right.
Legal
Legal age. Actually, all right. So the legal age, as what I've said in Philippines, as you turn 18.
18.
Yes. That is the legal age to marry. Because as what I've told you, teenagers considered in Philippines is 12
Both,
to
both
12 to
men and
17.
women.
Yes. But there there
Um,
there is an exemption. All right. So 18 you are already an adult, right? So 18, 19. All right. So this one, even though these ages starting from 18 until to 22, all right, you still need some parental consent. All right. So teacher, what do you mean by that? You can marry already, but in the document, your parents, both of your mom and dad, if they're still alive, they should make a signature that they are allowing you to marry. Do you get it? From
Different.
from 18 to 22, you are asking for parental consent. I mean, man and woman, if they are from ages 18 to 22, the parents should make a signature in their marriage contract, meaning they are allowing to let their child to get married. Okay? But started from 23 years old and up, you can decide on your own. If you want to get married, go marry. It's okay. But from 18 to 22, you can get married, but still they need parental consent. So that's the case in Philippines. How about in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, 18 for women
All right, and
and 20 for
one.
men.
20 per man. Oh, really? Actually, in Philippines, this is in terms of marrying, right? But we also have this what's so called milestone in adulthood. All right. Milestone in adulthood. In female, that is 18. Somehow the same with men in Vietnam, but in Philippines it's 21. 21. It's like, it's like your family will celebrate a very grand birthday. That's a milestone. But when the boy turned 18, he is already legal. It's just that 21 is just the milestone for them. The parents will prepare a big party like that one. In female, that's 18 years old. But in men, it's 21. But when it comes to age, both of them, it's just they follow this one until they are not 23 and above. Yeah, that's the case in Philippines. All right. So anyway, with this one, going back in here, so for the adult, so it could be categorized into man, woman, of course, and then ong ba, as what I've said, the same with old or elderly. You could also address them as senior citizen, right? And then, of course, the height. All right, tall, average height, or short, or the one that you've said, average or medium,
Yes.
right? So when it comes to the weight, how heavy is someone right here? So heavy or fat. But again, fat doesn't sound very nice. That's why it's better to use heavy. Average weight, not so fat, not so thin, and thin or slim. And then, of course, we have
Pregnant.
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 Yes, meaning someone who's having a baby. And then we have this one. How about this? Take a look at this one. I'm going to zoom in the photo first for you so you can see it clearly. Let's analyze 21, 22, and 23. What can you say about
Uh,
it? What is your understanding?
hmm,
Hmm. What do you mean by physically challenged?
Physical challenge.
Hmm.
Mhm.
What do you mean by physically challenged?
I think
Hmm.
hmm, people can say
Ken, sorry.
I think physically challenged people that
Mhm.
get unwell.
All right. So actually, these three words right here, they are called euphemism. All right. Teacher, what do you mean by euphemism? All right.
Hmm.
So give me a second. Okay. All right. Miss Cha, what do you mean by euphemism? When you say euphemism, it's like the thing that I'm explaining with you when it comes to saying heavy instead of fat. Euphemism, it's like the way that you change the wordings or the vocabulary, enable for you to, it is a mild or indirect, all right, indirect word or expression. All right. Substituted. When you say substituted, it's like to change. Substituted. All right. Substituted to one considered to be too harsh or rude or blunt. All right. Referring. Okay. Referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing. All right. So euphemism. All right. Can you read it for me? What do we mean by euphemism?
Hmm. Of euphemism.
A mild, yes, euphemism.
Euphemism.
Mm,
Yeah. Euphemism.
a mild,
Indirect word.
a
Male.
mild
Uh, indirect word. Expression. Substituted to one considered
considered.
to
Sorry, that
be
is considered. Considered,
considerate
considered to be. That's letter D. Sorry, considered to be too harsh.
to
Too
have or blunt,
referring
referring to something unpleasant,
unpleasant.
pleasant,
That is letter T.
pleasant,
Sorry, I'm not good at typing. At pleasant,
hmm, pleasant,
unpleasant, or
or
embarrassing.
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 Yes.
All right. So that is. Can you teach me how to say this? Is it uyengu? Is that how you say it?
What?
Uyen, this one. How do you read this?
Wait, you? What?
Uyengu?
I don't understand.
Really? Because that is let me ask my TA. TA, how do you translate euphemism? Because I'm using Cambridge for the translation. Sorry for that one. It's like a mild or indirect expression substituted to one considered to be too harsh or blunt. As what I've said, we are using euphemism to make a word lighter. Like, for example, oh, yes, I know your teacher. Your teacher is Miss Cha from Philippines, the fat woman. All right. When you describe someone fat, that is quite blunt or too harsh. So that's why you could say, "Oh, yes, I know your teacher. She's the chubby woman, or she's the heavy woman." Right. So you are making the words lighter, or meaning less harsh to hear. Okay. So euphemism. Let's see. Translated in Vietnamese.
Oh my God.
All right. Mm.
I don't understand it.
You don't understand what is translate, how do we translate that one? Euphemism. All right, give me a second. In Vietnamese, euphemisms are in Vietnamese language. It's not uyen ngu. How about this one? mm, let me see if you can reach this one. Uyen. mm, this one.
Hmm.
You still don't get it? Still wrong, you think, from the translation?
Wait.
Mm. All right. Now, how about this one? You still don't get this one? Still not it's not the direct translation too. All right.
Ah, yes.
You get it now. So this is the correct translation. This is the correct translation.
No, I don't. I don't know it.
Ah, so what
Yes,
is the
no.
now
I
familiar?
don't hear.
All right. So this is not common in your Vietnamese language. This one. So what is it
Yes.
translated in your mother tongue? All right. Don't worry. I'll ask the TA later. Maybe she's just
Information.
euphemism. Yeah. Um,
Information. I
mm,
know it. eh, I know it in
what do you call it in
take
Vietnamese?
from take from take of take from mm, of
Take from. All right. So anyway, so physically challenged, this one, as what I've said, I'll be telling you the blunt meaning, meaning what is the meaning it in too harsh way. All right. So when you say someone is physically challenged, meaning that person is disabled. So when you say physically challenged, there is something that he is struggling with. As for this person, he cannot walk properly. Physically challenged, meaning he's struggling with his legs. So he is disabled. So when you say someone is disabled, that is too harsh. My father is
yes.
disabled, not good to hear. So we use my father is physically challenged. All right. So we use this
It
phrase.
is
Mm.
I I know I know it in away.
All right. How do you
Talk
say,
away.
sorry, in?
It is a way to talk.
All right. To talk
Yeah.
and
To have people feel happy
yes, even though it's a negative word.
and not embarrassing.
Yes. What is it?
Oh, yes.
You understand it? How do you say that in
Yes.
Vietnamese? What's the translation?
Uh,
Can you type it for me?
nói nói
Noi.
ra nói tránh.
Noi chap. Can you type it for me? Can you type on the screen?
Right.
Okay. Can you type it on the chat box?
Okay.
All right.
I think in my opinion,
It's okay. All right. I'll understand. Please type it here. All right. Message in there. Thank you. You understand it clearly. That's uh Hong. The thing that you explained, that is literally the meaning of euphemism. It's just, you are saying those words not to offend somebody else, all right? To make them, less embarrassed. Correct. That is the meaning. So the same with this one. When you are referring into someone that is blind, we don't say someone is blind, but we say vision impaired. Okay. The same with deaf, someone who cannot hear clearly. Instead of saying deaf, we say hearing impaired. Okay. So that's the purpose of the euphemism. They are the mild words that we use or indirect or expression substituted to consider to be too harsh. All right. So that's it. So instead of referring into the body parts, you could also, it says in here, you could also write the description by saying those kind of things. And for this one, we already tackled this last time, right? We tackled regarding the hair, long, shoulder length, and short, the hairstyle, straight, wavy, curly, mousy, the color of the hair, black,
yes.
brown, blonde, red,
Well,
gray, bald. By the way, this one bald.
bald,
Yeah, teacher, it
bald,
it has few hair. Yeah, but there's a part that has no hair. By the way, you don't say bald hair, all right? But we say
bald,
bald head. All right? We don't say bald hair, bald head. And then of course we have the mustache and the beard.
ears.
Yes. Okay. You could
Yes.
also say with glasses, right? Freckles, pimples, dimples, the one that we tackled last time. All right. So with this one, in here. All right. So here are some of the ways, right? So tell me about your brother. Mm, he
Hmm.
is a tall.
East. Tall boy with short curly brown hair.
He's a tall, heavy boy with a short curly hair. How about this?
Uh,
What does
uh,
your new boss look like?
New boss.
Mm.
She's a red eyes and she has no straight black hair.
All right. How about this? Can you describe the person?
Person.
Referring to
Mm,
the thief, the criminal.
uh, he's tall teen middle aged man.
Anything else?
Yes, him body
Bald,
and he has a mustache.
mustache, mustache.
Mustache.
All right. How about
Yes.
this? Can you describe your grandmother? So when you are lost, all right?
Mm, she a short, thin, elderly person with no wavy gray hair.
Anything else?
Yes, she's hearing impaired.
All right. Hearing impaired, meaning her grandma has problem with her hearing. Roy?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Mm,
person is a deaf,
deaf.
tall,
Yes.
thin, middle-aged man. Yeah.
Middle-aged man. Actually, middle-aged man starting from 40. 40s.
No, police. Police.
Police?
Um, person is tips.
Ah, all right. You are referring to the bad person. Yeah.
Yes.
So that person
Tip.
is called thief. Thief.
Tip.
Yeah, thief.
Tip.
Yeah, meaning who gets something that not that's something that doesn't belong to him. For example, snatching cell phone, bag, a thief. A thief
Yes.
or
Tip.
simply thief. Thief.
Tip.
Yeah, a thief or simply the criminal. The
And
criminal.
no.
Criminal or in some other the police term they call that the suspect. All right. This is already the term that the police describe. So can you describe the suspect? All right. That is also euphemism. Euphemism for criminal. You get it? All right. So
Yes.
because when you accuse someone as a criminal, it's quite embarrassing, right? So that's why the police people will say, "Can you describe the suspect?" Right? Referring to the criminal. All right. So that's it. So this is how you do it. Also, we were able to talk about thing two, right? Describing people and things. We reviewed this before. New, old, young, old, tall, short, right? We talked about this before. How about this one? Let's review this.
With
Or
wealthy.
wealthy. All right.
Wealthy.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
Here. Let me just put it in here. Another word. All right. Okay, give me a second. Maybe you encounter it for next time. A robber. The same thing. Robber or a burglar. All right. This one. Housebreaker. It has a lot of meaning, Hong, in English. It could be a robber, a
breaker.
burglar, housebreaker. Because there are some people that they are breaking the house, breaking the window, breaking the door. That's why they are called housebreaker. Okay?
Take
So
away.
sorry?
Hmm.
A robber, a burglar, housebreaker. Okay? Or
Yes.
criminal. You mean criminal?
He take away thing in
Yes.
house.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Thief. That's for a thief. All right. If someone
thief.
kill, yeah, if someone kill, that's a different story depending on the crime. People tend depending on the crime. If he kills someone, if he gets something that he owns, you call that different word also. All right. So here. So moving into here. Rich or wealthy. It could be something wealthy, meaning you got a lot of money. Poor.
Yes.
All right. So pretty or beautiful. Actually, pretty and beautiful, they are very common already. You could describe gorgeous, right? You can upgrade your vocabulary. Gorgeous, attractive, you can level it up. A teacher, my mom, she's very gorgeous. My aunt, she's
Hmm.
very attractive. The same with pretty and
Yeah.
beautiful, but different word. Don't just settle with pretty, beautiful. That's very elementary. All right? Even elementary knew about it. So you could say attractive, gorgeous, right? Remember, you could also say good looking. All right? So level up your words. Wet and dry, all right? So referring into, if it's soaked in water, meaning that is wet. Dry,
Hmm.
open, closed, full. Full and empty. All right, full meaning a lot. And then empty meaning
Yes.
nothing. But with this one, you could also use this feeling. Full. You mean you eat a lot.
Hungry.
Toy doy, right? Hungry, doy.
Yes.
Hungry. You could also say full, referring into the state of you eat a lot. All right. And then hungry, the opposite. Okay. The same with this one, expensive or cheap or inexpensive, referring to the amount or price of something. Now this 63 and 64. Mm,
Fancy.
plain.
Fancy bread.
When you say fancy, it's
Hmm.
like elegant. Elegant. When you say
Oh.
plain, it means simple, plain. All right. So that's why you could also describe this actually to a person. Oh, I saw her girlfriend. Her girlfriend is very plain, meaning her girlfriend is very simple. All right. You could also describe that to a person. Now take a look at this one. Shiny. Can you see this one? Shiny and
Shiny.
dull. Dull.
Dog.
Yeah. But you could also
Oh.
use in a way in describing the sharpness, referring to the knife. Sharp meaning it can cut a finger. Okay. Very sharp.
Yes.
And then the opposite, dull too. Dull. And then of
Dog.
course we have here comfortable and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We have honest. A person who
Okay.
tells a person who tells the truth. Honest.
Hornet and the hornet.
This is silent H. Honest. Honest.
Hornet.
Yeah, we don't say
Oh.
honest. All right? Silent H.
Hornet.
For example, my husband is an honest human. You don't pronounce the H, they are silent. Honest human. Human means person. All right? You don't say, oh, my father, he is a very honest human. No, honest human. All right?
Hornet. Human.
Honest human. Silent H.
Hornet.
Human.
Hornet.
Roy.
I,
Mm. A
if
person.
people,
Mm.
if people don't lie.
Yes. Who
Uh,
always tells the truth. All right. On
yes.
the other hand, the opposite of honest is dishonest. This meaning not honest. Dishonest or simply a person who tells a lie, a liar. Okay?
Liar.
Dishonest, a liar. A person who doesn't tell
Yes.
the truth. All right? Dishonest or liar. All right? So with this one, how about if we do this activity? Let's give it a try with this one. So with this one, In here with this one, you can describe yourself. Describe with this one. This is the thing that um the purpose of this activity or the highlight of adjective. We should know when to use them because remember teacher explained to you there are only adjectives that are suitable for people but not applicable to things, right? So that's the thing. Like for example, I explained to you these words new old for people, new old as the condition for things, right? And then young old referring into the age. All right. So there are things that are only applicable for people, applicable for things. All right. Don't worry, I'll be sending this to you tonight so that you can analyze further. Now, this is also, you know this exactly. I know you have an idea already because we did this on our teens book. All right. This one, describing feelings and emotion. So when you say feelings or emotion, you could also describe that as your physical state. All
That's
right.
uh,
Okay. All right.
feeling.
Feelings. Roy. All right.
Yes.
With this one. Now, take a look at the following. Please read number 1 to 3.
Number one, cash,
Tired.
tired.
Mm. 2.
Yes. Sleepy,
All right. 3.
three, exhausted.
This one is exhausted. Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Roy. All right. Take a look at.
Yes.
All right. Exhausted. All right. Tired, sleepy, exhausted. Actually, when, if you're going to analyze from numbers 1 to 3, all of them, it means tired. All right. Teacher,
Um,
but what about that? All right. Let me explain to you.
and well.
All right. Unwell. All right. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3. Both of them, all of them are tired, but in different way. So take a look. Tired in number 1. All right, let me type it for you. In picture number 1, so she is tired, but her tiredness is cause of something. It is because she studies a lot, right? Or she studied a lot. So, oh no, the girl, she's tired. All right. But in
Yeah.
here, when we talk about picture number 2, he is also tired, but in a different context. All right. Sleepy, right?
Sleepy.
Sleepy meaning all right,
He's tired.
yes, he is tired, meaning he needs
Relax.
he needs to relax his body. You know,
Yeah.
he is physically tired. In this one, tired mentally,
Um, I
right?
think he need to sleep.
Yes, exactly. This one is mentally tired. You know, your head, you think a lot.
It's
While in here, he needs to relax his body. Exactly. He needs to sleep. All right. Meaning this one is physically tired. You know, physically
mm,
and mentally. All right. Physically, your body hurts a lot. You want to lay in bed. Physically and mentally tired. All right. The same with number 3. Number 3 on the other hand, exhausted. This is a different kind of thing because this one is cause of physical activity. He exercised a lot, very very tired. Cost of running, exercising, physical activity. All right? So meaning when you are referring into that kind of activity, exercising, you use the word exhausted. All right? For example, teacher, I
exhausted.
exhaust, exhaust,
Exhausted.
yeah,
Send
exhaust.
out a power.
Sorry, yes, lose of energy, lack of power.
Um,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. So as you could see, when even though they are all means tired, but if you analyze them, the level of how they are tired is different. You know, it's like in number one, tired, but if you stop studying, it's okay. And sleepy, physically and mentally, meaning it could be cure when you just sleep, right? But in exhausted, this is a different kind of thing. Very, very tired, right? Exhausted, extremely tired, high level. And then number four, we have
Sick.
sick,
You.
sick, sick
Sick.
or sick or ill. All right. Number five
Ill.
and six. Oh, you know this already from the weather. Hot and
And cold.
all right. Now in number seven. Seven and eight. Doi,
Hungry.
what?
Right.
And
And thirsty.
Roy. Number nine and ten. Mm,
Full.
full. You eat too
ha-
much. And then
Happy.
happy. Now, number
Happy.
11.
Sad.
All right. Because he just lost his dog.
Or missing.
Number 12 is miserable.
Miserable.
Yeah, miserable.
Oh,
It is also sad, but you know the level of sadness is extremely sad because they break up, you know, they broke up. So, you know,
yes.
very 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 sad, longing to relationship. So miserable. All right. Now,
Hungry.
number sorry,
No.
angry.
Oh, no.
All
Yes.
right. Angry. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Miserable.
Yeah, miserable. It could be a different way because, like this one, he is miserable because he is very sad about that thing. She
Yeah.
is miserable because she's very angry about it. All right. It could be a different, as what I've said, the same with one, two, three, depend on the situation. All right. Number 13, excited.
Be excited.
All right. Because you just won the lottery. All right. Very, very happy. Elated. All right.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. Mm, you know,
Disappointed.
it's like upset. You know, it's like upset. You're disappointed about it. And then, of course, this one, 15, upset.
Obsessed.
In a way, you got bad grades. All right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, annoyed.
Annoyed.
Yeah. Do you still remember this term? It's the same with irritated.
They noisy.
Yes. She's very annoyed. Irritated. All right. So with this one,
Irritating.
yeah, irritated. It means annoyed. Irritated or annoyed because they are talking too loud. All right. So when sadly we don't have much time, but don't worry, I'll be
Yeah.
sending all of you this so you can review. But please wait for me because I have my final class. So maybe I'll be sending this to you quite late. All right. But I'll be sending it to you. And then for your homework, we are going to continue this for next meeting. All right. But for your homework, I want you to tell me what you're going to research on your own. For number 17 to 32, explain to teacher what are the moments that makes you angry, makes you disgusted, frustrated. You're going to research their own meaning. And then we're going to
Yes.
check it next meeting on Sunday. Roy? All
Okay.
right. So sadly, it's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you for joining our class for this evening. Tambiet and have a good night. Goodbye, Win.
Goodbye.